the roof. And of course I'll have to pull all the OSB panels off the wall and where I need backing for water, for outside light. Well, here we are inside. It is still cold outside here. And a storage yard is where I moved into to start with. So you can see what we're starting with here. Ceiling is open. You can see all the aluminum 2x, so we'll be able to put 2-inch insulation in the roof. And of course, I'll have to pull all the OSB panels off the wall, and might get a little tricky with the pre-installed escape windows, but I thought it was really important to have these pre-installed. We'll have to see what happens when we pull these square head screws off and pull the trim off. We'll have to see when the trim comes off if we can pull the OSB off or not. I'm not really sure, but we'll have to have somebody on the outside, obviously, to hold on in case the glass falls out. And if it does, I don't think it will, because I think it's all caulked in from the outside really good. But from everything I've understood, and the R&R trailer did give me the option that they would have just given me all the raw OSB to install myself. It was a 2-hour drive from where the trailer was made to here at home, in my hometown here, and I did not want to move a trailer that far without all the interior panels on it. So that was really important to me not to move it that way. So that's what I did, and here it is. And again, this is an 8x20. So rather large cargo trailer. Truck hauled it just fine back, and looking really forward when it warms up here of getting started. A lot of people said, oh, you should have gone with the 8-foot ceiling, or at least 7.5. This is a 6.5-foot ceiling, and I didn't want to sacrifice the weight to get a higher ceiling and the gas mileage. As it was, the truck got 11 miles a gallon pulling it here, 55 miles an hour. So that is something that I don't think I would want to sacrifice anymore. One of the interesting things you can see is the 12 volt from the 7-pin has been brought inside for use inside, and I do have a plan for that. I do plan to take it and extend it through the surface raceways here in the trailer to the 12 volt DC to DC charging system for the house batteries. So we'll be extending that to there, and you'll see more on the surface raceway. Going to do something really unique with this trailer. Again, weight's always the important part with any of these things. Well, especially with this one, I should say, for me, weight is critical for going forward to have something that is going to be sustainable, easy to pull, get places, not waste a lot of gas getting there. Do not want to get, I think, as I've said before, a larger truck. 1500 series truck is all I'm willing to go. Don't want to get a huge diesel or anything like that. Just don't want to deal with that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Again, this is the start, as you can see. Empty trailer. Here we are outside here at the storage yard where the trailer has just come into. Here's the tow vehicle I'm using. It's a 2024 Elevation X31 Off-Road Series. V8 5.3 liter. And so what I feel is a capable tow vehicle. Could I have gone with a 2500, 3500? Yeah, a larger tow vehicle may have made it a little easier, but Again, we go back to cost and cost to operate, and I didn't want to deal with diesel. So here we are. The trailer is here. It's at our storage yard. And as you can see, the extended tongue, that's going to be great if I do decide I need to go with weight distribution, which from pulling it, I think so. I did check the tongue weight on today, and it looks like the tongue weight empty is about 360 pounds. I don't see an issue coming because, again, this is only a 7,000 pound trailer. I know a lot of you are saying, oh, why didn't you get 5,200 pound axles? Goes back to what I say. I don't want to tow a heavier vehicle. This is all supposed about being easier. For what it's going to cost to build this out, I guess I could have got a toy hauler for less money in the long run, but it would not have been what I wanted in the long run. Again, this is all about building something out that is sustainable to last a long time. That's why the aluminum. That's why a local, reputable company that builds amazing trailers. Again, I did not go through a dealer. I went directly to the factory and ordered this. So, as you can see, we've got the nice aluminum rims put on it. Again, the manufacturer, R&R Trailers in Three Rivers, Michigan. You can see the back door. This is the ramp door, which is going to be a patio when it's all said and done. I'm hoping to even figure out a way to do some type of room with the ramp door. Side of the trailer, again, you will see there is another window over here. So I had 2 escape windows installed in the trailer. I wanted those pre-installed at the factory because I wanted them to be weather tight. They're escape windows, so they're wider than the windows you can buy on Amazon, etc. I know you can buy escape windows on Amazon, but I'm referring to the ones you see so many people buy that are only so wide to fit between the 16-inch center studs. I wanted escape windows in case you had to get out of the trailer, in case of an emergency. Okay, so one of the other unique things that I had done to the trailer, can see that it is an RV latch, which is common, but then I went ahead and I had the cam lock put on too for security reasons. I didn't feel the RV lock was enough. So a lot of people say, well, yeah, but you can get locked in with that. Well, one of the tricks I've learned by watching so many of you on YouTube, if you're going to do this, you put another latch over here, like this one, put it over here so you can latch this thing and you can lock it when you're in the trailer. So got a little rain gutter over the top of it. Did not go with an awning on this. Not a big fan of awnings on a trailer like this. I think people have a lot of trouble with awnings. I would rather spend that weight hauling a pop-up gazebo like a Gazelle with me and doing that. I think that's the better way to go. So, there we go. 2025 R&R Trailers, 820 force. Okay, so here we go. Today's the first day we're going to start tearing into this. Start taking some stuff apart. Already experimented with a few things like the metal studs that will be used later on. A piece of 2-inch styrofoam. So let's get some tools together, and I should say today's the first day because it's the first warm day. It's 50 degrees outside here, and it is the last day of February, March 1st tomorrow, so ought to be starting in earnest here pretty soon. First thing we're doing is taking off all the strips. Yes, I know. I could have ordered the trailer just empty and bare, but I had read and talked to so many that had said that if you don't have them completely finish the trailer out, I could have had them left the strips off, yeah. But if you don't have the trailer finished out and then you move it the 110 miles I did, you're liable to get the trailer kind of out of square. So I opted to have them go and just finish things off. That way I knew everything was square, put together, and then I could go from there. So I'm going to continue on. Need to cut their caulking, and then we're pulling the trim strips off. And later I have a gun, a DeWalt gun, to put all those back on with the little crown staples. So catch up with you in just a minute. Okay, so I got the first one off. Going to be a lot of cleanup, taking out staples and stuff, but I was able to get it out without damaging any of it on the face side. But like I said, I got a lot of staples to pull out. They really put a lot of staples in it. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to label them. So as you see, this is P1. So there is no mistake. This is the port side of the trailer because it is the left side of the trailer. I hate to say left or right because then there can be confusion. But this is the port side of the trailer. Of course, I will label everything on this side, starting in the back with S1, S2, S3, and so on. Actually, you know what? I mislabeled that. That back there would actually be P1. See, I've done it already starting. Well, at least I caught it. So that one in the back is going to be P1. I'm going to change it to say P2. Oh, and let me add this. I added a T on the top so I know where it goes. So that way if it was cut any different or anything, it'll match. So T, and relabeled it for P2. All right, as you see, we got top P1, port side 1. And I had to take a knife, sharp utility knife, of course, and slice the caulk all the way down. They really did a nice job building this thing. You know, I don't think, and I could be wrong because haven't seen a million trailers, but I personally have owned at least 10 cargo trailers over the years, and I have never seen a cargo trailer put together like this with all this caulk and everything in it to seal it up. Of course, like I said, I'll be cutting a lot of it out, but it's still, it tells you about the quality of the trailer. And just an aside why I'm at it, and we'll touch on this later, this is something else I've never seen in a cargo trailer. Normally, they run all the wiring for the backlights through the wall. A lot of times, they don't even put any grommets. They don't do anything. It's done pretty crappy. I've had to open up brand new cargo trailers and fix some of the lights. Take a look at this. You can see in the back, up in here, the grommets that the wiring goes through. And then look at this raceway across the back they use. Grommets again. And here's the thing that amazes me that I've never seen. There is a piece of channel up here installed, welded in. The wiring is actually in this. I don't think I can touch it. I can't pull it out to show you, but it's up in here and it travels the entire distance of the trailer on both sides. Over here, the same thing. Oh, I can pull it. There you go. There's wiring in there. So actually, as I've told you, there will be no wiring in this trailer buried in any walls. It's not going to happen. But I certainly am going to go ahead and use that raceway for just my outside lights so I don't have to chase them any other place. I'll run my wiring around from where the electrical closet will be here up to that raceway, and I'll run my DC wiring around the trailer because as you see, that raceway goes all the way around the trailer. Then I'll hit the other lights over here. All right, so Now I'm going to get at pulling some panels off here. I think we got like a number 2 square drive. We'll get all saddled up for that and start pulling some pieces off. Get my drilling stuff ready here. Just wanted to make a little comment. So you can see a nice new set full of Craftsman drill bits, Craftsman drill and everything. I've been a DeWalt guy, pretty much ever since DeWalt. That's what we use in the trade. It's what I bought for myself at home. I've got more DeWalt tools than what anybody should have, but you guys know how that is. And I was doing a project out of town for my mom. My mom's 84 and needed some work done. And I needed some tools, and I didn't have them, didn't want to drive all the way home. So I went ahead to the Ace Hardware store close and I bought a couple Craftsman tools because they were reasonable. I'll tell you what, I've been pretty impressed. I'm not going to say they're DeWalt or Milwaukee by any means, but still, I've been pretty impressed. Now I've got a set of tools to leave here at the trailer, so I don't have to drag stuff back and forth. So, well, there we go. There's the first section off. And I guess I was a little wrong. Didn't think about it. The marker lights actually jump out of the raceway and come down into the wall. So there is something buried in the wall, but not in the traditional sense where it's buried in the wall all the way down through the trailer or buried in the ceiling. I still love this raceway idea at the top and under the trailer. So got our first piece off and we'll see how we go from there. I think I'm only going to take a couple pieces off at a time, put backer in where I need backer. On this side, there'll be a few places I need backboard. I'm going to use probably 1/2 inch treated plywood is what I'm thinking right now. It'll definitely be treated lumber that I'm going to put in there. And for a few access doors, water inlet, things like that. All right, so now to the next one. And the next one's going to be interesting because the wood is actually under this trim piece. So I think I may be taking off this trim piece all the way across here. All right, well, 2 pieces off. Trim piece was no big deal to take off. I'm getting it taken across so you can do it. Look at the way this trailer is built. You know, trailers I've had are usually one upright every 24 inches in the walls. Look at this thing. I had actually planned on putting an access door here for the black tank. I think I've got to rethink this now. I won't get an access door in here, and I'm certainly not going to cut that upright. I can weld, but not aluminum, and I don't think I want to. That's, again, why I had them put the windows in. So, all right, I'm going to get this last piece off. I'll get right back when I got that. Got 3 panels removed all the way down the line, very carefully marked. I think the next step is going to be to get my backing in, where I need backing for water, for outside light, a few other things. Once my backing's in, I will do my caulking, spray foaming where I think I can without creating an issue with bulging or anything with expanding spray foam. I think there's some non-expanding you can get too. I may look at doing that. So there we go. Next step, we'll start the insulating on the walls.